Hello viewers, today we're gonna see insert operation and this data inserted data. Let's take a look what we're gonna do in this video. In backend we're gonna use PHP and Mysql, and in front end we're gonna use HTML and Bootstrap CSS. First we start our XAMPP server. XAMPP. Okay, you might use XAMPP or LAMP, whatever. I'm using XAMPP server and start Apache and Mysql. We only need these two. Other three are not required to start at this time. Okay, let's minimize the screen. Open the C drive. Now we're gonna make a folder under our htdoc folder. If you are using web server, then it's contain a www folder. Under that you can make your folder. Okay, let's make a new folder. Let's name it as CRUD operation. Enter. Right. Now open a browser. I'll bring my Chrome browser. Okay, let's take a look at our database. Let's write localhost. Then let's click in phpMyAdmin. It's quite slow. Let's make a new database. Now we're gonna name it as CRUD. Create. Database created. Let's make a table. Name it student table. Okay, 4 columns is enough for me. Okay, student table attributes. I need ID, name, college, and course. Let's make it integer and name must be character. College Farkar and course also Farkar. I need ID length 20, name length 30, college name length 30, course length also 30. And in ID we're gonna make it auto increment and primary key, because in every entry an ID automatically incremented by 1. Okay, you can also do this by making query. Let's take a look at the SQL. This close. Now save it. Now we have a student table. Okay, now insert some data here manually. Okay, ID 1, name or not, name LC, course PCA, and give another to name some, name college, name PSC. Click on the go button. Okay, you can also insert the value of the student table by writing the SQL query. This is the query. Okay, now let's take a look at the student table. These two data are inserted, 1 and 2, ID 1 and 2, and name option, CV and BCA, VSC. Okay, now we display this two data in our web page. Okay, now first we're gonna open our text editor. I'm using Sublime text editor, and you might use Dreamweaver or Notepad, whatever. Choose by your comfort. Okay, let's click on the file button. Now get a new file. Let's save it as let's save it under our project name folder, under XAMPP, under HCDocs, under CRUD operations. Here I'm gonna name it as connection. First we're gonna write the connection page for the connection between database and our project folder. Okay, connection. Save it. Now write the connection code. Let's open a PHP tag. Write the try catch exception handler. Okay, in this try section we're gonna write our connection code. If the connection is established, then we're gonna print a message, and if the connection is not established, then the message displayed from the catch block. Okay, $7 connection variable, new PTO Mysql, host is localhost, and database name. Here our database name is CRUD. Now the username, by default my server user is root, and password by default null. Okay, if you have any password given, then you have to write between these two quotation whatever. Okay, I have not given any password, that's why it is blank. Now give a semicolon here and enter. Now write connection variable again and set attribute video scope resolution marker attribute attr error mode video resolution operator error mode exception. Now write the code. If the connection is not established, then what will be done? Under this if password, write here PTO exception $e. Now write go for print. If the connection is not established, we simply give a message database connection error. Now error reporting 0. Okay, here basically happen what if the connection is established, then there nothing is appear. Actually you can give a message if the connection is established, echo or print the message connection then. Okay, and if the connection is not established, this message will be shown. Okay, under this catch block. Now run these things in our web browser, localhost, and our project folder name. Here our project folder name CRUD operation, paste it here, and the test name connection and extension PHP. Connection is done. We have not any error. Our connection is successful. with our database. Now create a new file and let's save it as index.php under CRUD operation project folder. Okay. Now include this connection page in our index page. By making this connection page separate, we can include this connection page in our every web page. Okay, we don't have to write the connection code in every page. Okay, we just have to include a connection page. PHP open text, include column, connection page name, connection.php, semicolon. Now if we save it, save the page, if we call the index page, then this message also shown in our index page. Okay. Index is connection. Basically, we include the connection page in our index page. Now we're gonna list this to table data in our index page here. Okay. Now write some HTML code. HTML open tag, close tag, open tag, close tag. Under this head tag, we're gonna include our Bootstrap CSS CDN links. Okay. Now let's type in Google Bootstrap 4. It's quite slow. Introduction to Bootstrap 4. Yes, this is the serial link of CSS. Copy this. Click on this copy button. Okay. Now paste it here. Okay. Copy these three JS links. Copy and paste it here. Let's just organize it or look better. Okay. Now after this head tag, pen a body tag. Close the body tag. Under this body tag, we're gonna write our codes. Div, close div. Under this, we're gonna give a Bootstrap CSS class. Take all the row. Okay. Container of the table, container class. Call lg12. Basically, Bootstrap divide full display in 12 columns from left to right, and we're gonna take all the column here, 12 column. Now under this, we will take 4 columns from the left. Okay, for that we write the class Bootstrap class form group call lg4. Okay, let's make it 3. We're gonna take 3 columns from the left. Okay. Okay, now close the div. Equal to form group. close the div, closing this div. H1 tag and closing H1 tag. Display table data. Okay, to show our table, we're gonna use table tag here. Class table, close the table tag. Okay, enter. Now table row. Okay, close table row. Under this, we're gonna take our table headings. Each closing each. We have 4 table headings. Okay, here we are 4 table headings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, ID, name, course name, and college name. Teach, closing teach, teach, closing teach. Under teach, we're gonna write our table headings. Attributes name, ID, name, college name, and course name. Okay, after this, we're gonna write our PHP code to retrieve data from the database. Okay, let's open the PHP tag. Close the PHP tag. Let's write the query to retrieve the data from the database. Dollar query variable equal to select star from the table name. Select star means all data. Student table. Okay, let's give semicolon and write another variable keyword. Let's write the connection variable and that after that prepare statement, and after that this query variable. Okay, this query variable is here. Then execute this query. Okay, let's write this query variable again, copy it, paste it, and execute this query variable. After successful execution of this query, we got some data from the student table. Okay, those data we're gonna save in a result variable. Okay, dollar result equal to dollar this variable, then we're gonna take all data. That's why fetch all. Close bracket, semicolon. Now for all data in the result variable, we're gonna take a for loop. Okay, for each. Okay, result variable s dollar $row. Actually, in this for each loop, those data in the result variable, I assigned it into $row variable. Now give a bracket, curly bracket. Now under for each, write tier, close this tier, under this table data td tag, and close this td tag. Okay, table is coming here every time. Actually, we need a closing PHP tag here. And need a open PHP tag here. Okay. Now close this td tag. Okay. Actually, I have done here this query and this for each loop actually under this PHP tag and this closing bracket, closing curly bracket under this PHP tag, and these are not under the PHP tag. Okay, these are just simple HTML text. Okay. TD closing thing. We have 4 table data, that's why we need 4. Okay, now under this we're gonna open our PHP tag and close our PHP tag to show data from the database. Okay, now write to print the data, we write echo, and we are fetching the data by row variable. We store it in first in result variable. After that we assign this result variable to the row variable, that's why we're writing row then first bracket, then the name as we write in the database. Okay, id, name, college and course. If it is lowercase letter then lowercase, if it is uppercase letter then it is uppercase, as it is whatever we write in our database. id, I have written all the table attributes in lowercase, that's why lowercase, so I have no problem, so I am writing it in lowercase. Name, control and V, then college, control and V, then course. Okay, and now let's save it and run it in our web browser. Index page, let's refresh it. Okay, syntax error, sts online 31. Okay, here it is 31 for each $result as $. Okay, we done a simple mistake here for each. Okay, yes, it's, let's save it and refresh it again. Connection done, display table data and id, name, college name and course name. Okay, all are coming. Under this table data we have 1 and 2 and name or not option, LCB tables, VCVC, that's are not coming here. I think I have done some mistake. Let's take a look at our query. Our query select star from student, connection prepare, query execute, result. Okay, this is result and this is the result. SULT. Okay, now it is shown correctly. Let's refresh the page. Okay, here it is coming. On up LCV, course name PCA, name shown, ID2, and college name KU college, course name BSc. Okay, now we don't need this connection done message because we know that our data is coming, then obviously connection is established. That's why we don't need the connection done message. Okay, we just simply erase it from here, save it. Now actually I want to insert data from here, from the display, from below the display table. Let's minimize it. After this deploys, I need a form. Let's give a heading. Insert into table. Okay, let's give a heading, insert into table. Now take a div, just like in the first display table, row, card body, and call LC12. Let's take another div with the class form group, call LC3. Okay, let's close it. Let's close the upper div. Let's close the upper div. Okay, we're gonna take another div. Under that div we're gonna make our table. Okay, call LC6, close the div class, enter. Now take a div with the class form group, keep the label here. This is for the username. That's why uname. Okay, actually I gonna insert only name, college and course because I have previously explained that ID is auto increment. We don't have to insert the ID manually. It is automatically incremented when I have inserted data into the table. Input type equal to text, class form control, name equal to uname. Okay, this uname is here. Okay, and we can also give a placeholder enter your name. Copy this entire div and paste for 2 times. Okay, now give it the name call, also name call, and enter your college name, and then course. Here your code, and this must be same. Core, enter your course name. Okay, now save it. Now just take a look. Okay, here our table. Okay, it's coming left side. I will display it in the middle. Okay, now enter your name, enter your college name, enter your course name. These 3 fields are coming. We also need a submit button, and after clicking that submit button, we need to store the data in the database. Okay, table. Okay, make it. Okay, let's cut it from here. Cut it from here and paste it here. Now take a button, type submit, name equal to submit, we'll give a bootstrap class to this button primary. Now under this right submit, save it, and just refresh the page. Here it is, submit button. This is now clickable. Okay, now if we insert a name part, college name LCV, and course name PCA, and submit, then uname taking part, call taking LCV, and course taking PCA. Actually we need to retrieve this value and send it to the database. Now write the PHP code for send the data to our database root. After this from text, we are writing our PHP code. Open a PHP tag Close the PHP tag. Okay, here we write a if condition. If the button is pressed, then the data sent to the database and saved in the student table. If any other button click, then data will not be sent and saved. Okay, now write the condition. If condition, if is set, if we click our submit button, then what will be happen? Dollar post submit, then take a variable with the name your. Okay, here we taking the data from this username field, uname field. Okay, whatever user is inputted, uname semicolon dollar call equal to dollar post dollar call here dollar course is equal to dollar post, and here dollar name code control and v semicolon. Actually what happening, we sending our data from the input table with uname, name call, and dollar and name code. Okay, by this link dollar uname, dollar call, dollar code. Okay, and by writing this code we are holding the inputted value of the user in these three variable dollar $ur and dollar call and dollar codes, whatever inserted in the uname in the core input table field. Okay, now write the query. Insert into our table name student table, here student table here, and the field names, what are the field names? Name, college, and course as it is. Okay, and the values are dollar $ur, dollar call, and dollar course. Dollar $ur and dollar course. Okay, let's keep the semicolon here. Write another variable XAMPP. Now write the connection variable dollar connection, and then prepare statement. Here prepare, under this bracket write this query variable as I write in the first display table. Now give a semicolon here. After that, this variable, and give the execute command. Execute. Semicolon. Let's take a look. Give a name, part, college name, course, PC. Submit. Let's take a look in database. Data are not coming. Okay, I have done another silly mistake in the query, I think. Let's take a look at our queries. Okay, if you said dollar submit course, you name call all course and into course. Okay, here we need a single quotation method post with single quotation. Let's save it and run it again. Submit. Okay, here it is with the ID 3, part LCB and course BCA. Okay, if we refresh it, then you can see it here. Okay, after submission, we want to refresh the page. Okay, for that, echo meta http equip refresh space content equal to 0. The end, we need a semicolon. Let's save it. Now let's refresh the space. Okay, now insert the data with the name Professor Nalbari College, course name MSc. Let's submit it. Okay, now after submitting, automatically it's coming here. Okay, that's all for today. And you can style the course table, insert table, just writing. You can label it here, username, username, college name, course name, and give it a style, align center. You can make it align center. You can also style the table by writing the class table strip, table strip, strip, table strip, and table tar table dark class. Bootstrap has so many classes, you can style it as you needed. And style these headings. Let's forcefully style. Color red and background color yellow. Semicolon. That is not comma. Semicolon. Save it and run it again. Okay. This is our table. Now it is coming in the middle of the table. Okay. Now it is looking better. Okay. Now insert some data. Soil college EVD course and com. Submit it and this coming here. And you can also look it in the database table. Here it is 6 number soil VVD and income. Okay, that's all. In the next video I will show how to update and delete in the same page by clicking on the update button and delete button. Thank you.